Hey everybody, welcome back to more stories from an angry intel guy. I had some more Airborne School recollections, so I decided to make some more videos about those recollections. As you can see, I'm sporting my Airborne shirt, so let's get started. I went Airborne in June of 1986 and graduated on July 3rd, 1986. And believe it or not, my first airplane flight, like in a commercial aircraft ever, was my ride from Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina down to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta to Columbus, Georgia. That was my first airplane ride ever. Shit, I was like 20 maybe. Yeah. And I remember, I was an ROTC student and I didn't know what to expect. So, dumbass me, I show up in blues, like class A's, the Air Force class A's, looking like an ROTC student. And we're standing in formation in the company area. Everybody just got there and they're talking. I don't even know what the fuck they were saying, but it was so fucking hot. Because this is my first time being down in that South Georgia fucking heat, and this is June, and I'm standing there, and I remember that Sergeant Garza, the one of the company sergeants, he was talking, and I remember I started getting all heat stroke and stuff, and just everything just went like that, and I fell the fuck out. And just boom, fell over. So Sergeant Guard was like, somebody get that man. So they grabbed me, two Army dudes grabbed me, and he's like, take him in the shower. And they drug me into the door, put me in the shower, sat me on the floor, and turned the fucking shower on. I'm in my class A's now, and water's just and I'm like, God damn, this is a really fucked up way to start Airborne School. And finally, Sergeant Garza comes in, he's like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, just the heat got to me. He's like, all right, well, stay here as long as you need to, and then get up and find your room. I was like, clear, Sergeant Airborne. So first day, really fucking impressive, right? that's probably how I ended up being a company musician. Another story, I'll talk about that. Anyway, I remember, so eventually, we got into the rooms, and I met my roommates, who, those three, they were they were Army ROTC cadets. So, one Air Force, 3 Army. And I remember one of them had a truck. One of them had driven there from wherever he was from. And the first Saturday that we were there, they wake us up in the morning and we go to breakfast. And after breakfast, we thought we are going to have the weekend free because, training doesn't start till Monday. So after breakfast, they call us all for formation, and they're like, okay, we got to count the credenzas, the little 2 or 3 drawer nightstand things that everybody had. So there was 4 in our room, and probably 4 in the other rooms too, with all the other folks. And they were like, yeah, we need to count the credenzas. So we want everybody to go get their credenza, bring it out to the company area and stack them, and then they're gonna count them, and then we gotta take them back in and put it back in the building. We're like, why don't you just get 2 guys with a fucking clipboard, and they go to each room and count them, and you can be done in an hour probably. But this is busy Army work, and we were like, we're all college students, right? Me and the other 3 cadets, we're like, oh fuck this shit. So the minute they told us, dismissed, everybody runs into the building to get their credenzas. All 4 of us just fucking low run and hauled ass out of the company area, jumped in my boy's truck, and we just drove around Columbus all day. And I remember at one point we were We were sitting in a corner booth in fucking Burger King, like, oh God, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours probably. Because we were like, yeah, we're not doing this. We're not doing this stupid busy work. So, another recollection I have in the beginning was, and the airborne guys know this, boot black. Okay, boot black. Okay, so you got your combat boots, and back then they were black boots, and then there's furry shit like they got now. And so when you have your inspection, you know, your boots got to be shined, right? So they got this thing called boot black, and basically it's a place on base that you go to, and you know, there's some local dudes, some black dudes, and they'll blacken your shoes. That just, like, I swear to God, it's like, I don't even know what the thing is. You think they're gonna shine them, but really it's just this black shellac that they paint over your shoes, and then let it dry out in the sun, but it passes inspection. So even though it looks like it kind of looks like shit, but it's just like shiny shellac on your boots. As long as you got your boots done by boot black, you'll pass inspection. And it's really kind of fucked up. It's gotta be like, somebody's gotta be getting a kickback from this, right? Because it's the crappiest shit you ever seen. But if you take your boots to boot black, you'll never fail inspection. I did not. I was like, fuck that. I know how to shine boots. And honestly, swear to God, I never failed an inspection. I think they said, damn, pretty good shine on those boots. Pass, go. I never took my shoes to boot black, because afterwards you would just have to toss those boots because they're no good. But to my credit, I never used boot black. Just fucking shine my shoes every day after I got back from training, and never failed an inspection. So good on me. Another thing was, I remember, like, when we were training during the day. Now this is June in Georgia, in southern Georgia, so you know how hot it is. I know all you airborne guys remember how fucking hot it was. And you know, they said, oh well, if the heat flag goes up, we put the red flag out, we gotta stop training. Yeah, that shit never happened. Like, I think the level was like, black was like, you know, kind of on a borderline, and then red, you're supposed to stop training. They never changed out the black flag, okay? They would make you go, they had showers set up around the training area, and they would make you go and just stand under these showers in your BDUs and get you just soaked down to your fucking nuts, and then go back and do some more training. So we never stopped due to like heat or anything like that. And afterwards, man, I came back home to North Carolina, to Goldsboro, and I had the worst case of fucking crotch rot that you can imagine. And so I ended up going to this dermatologist, the same dermatologist that had helped me out as a teenager when I had like bad acne and stuff. I go to this guy and I'm like, hey! You know, my crotch area, my nuts and stuff are just red because it's itching, and terrible because you're wet constantly. And even when you take a shower, you come out of the shower and it's southern Georgia and you just start sweating. You know, it's like being in Southeast Asia. So the doc, I did not know this until I came back from Airborne, because like I said, he was the same doctor that I had when I had acne as a kid, who helped me get rid of that. I'm sitting there and I'm looking around, and he's like, yeah, I know what's wrong with you. I got something that'll help you. And he leaves the room, and I'm looking around and I realize, God damn, my doc was an Army doc. So he himself was Army doc. He comes back, yeah. I used to see this all the time for dudes coming back from Airborne. Here, you take this cream and you take a shower and just slather this shit all over the area, all over your nuts, and it'll be gone in about a week. So it was really kind of funny that the doctor had been an Army doctor and he understood what I was going through. The last recollection that I'm gonna put on this particular video was during ground week. So, you know, we go to ground week, first day, like that Monday, and you know, they give us a class of instruction. I think they taught us how to put on the harness, right? We were learning how to like lay it out and then pick it up and put it on and bend over. Another guy would help you put the straps on and stuff. And then they were like, all right, take a break. And so we're like, all right, cool. And they had shown us where our break area was, right? So we go over to the break area and we're all sitting there like, oh, okay, take a little rest. Dude's over there, you know, in the smoke area, smoking and stuff. All of a sudden, every fucking black hat on the base, I swear to God, I think some dudes, some like retired black hats came back even, because every fucking black hat came and just swarmed us like the Marine shark attack or the Army shark attack. It's like, oh, they come running. I swear to God, they like came up from the ground like fucking demons and run over the hill, and they're just, oh shit, it was like it's like your outpost was overrun in Vietnam or something. And these dudes just came and fire, and they're making you like, you know, get in this ready position for this exercise, that ready position for that. So you're in the break area, but it's all Georgia red clay, red dirt. So now they got you rolling around in this red dirt, and everybody's just getting fucking red Georgia dirt on them. Doing this, moving that, get ready to push ups, get ready to sit ups, you know, and they just shark attacked everybody. And finally, you know, and made us do all kinds of exercises and push ups, just smoke the shit out of us. And then afterwards, you had a good number of people that was like, fuck this shit, and then went over to the White House and rang the bell, and boom, they're gone, you know, gone back to their units or wherever. But man, that first day shark attack was something. So that's one of the things I remember. Anyway, those are just a few recollections from the beginning of Airborne School. I've got a couple of more news stories that I'm putting down, and so you will see those soon.